Yo, Mal, you got me looking crazy in this story, bro. Can you take another one, please? You're so foul for that.
I'm already getting traction, bro. Just take it for what it is. I already got one like.
You're not my man.
All right into it. You guys already know. Back with another episode of Fan Therapy episode 28. Somehow still remembering the episodes. Back with my panel, my friends, some of the best basketball players I know, some of the best basketball players you'll ever hear speak. Starting first with Malachi. Starting you with Malachi again because we're going to kick it off with the Knicks probably. So starting off with Mal, 2021 landmark champion, as we know, back-to-back defensive player of the year, 2 times crazy, all-time Drew University leader in block shots. Malachi, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here. Ready to talk some hoops with the fellas, man. Let's get into it.
Love that. And then moving swiftly on to Howie. Actually, we got to switch the order because we're actually not starting with the Knicks. But next, last but not least, we got Howie. He's a landmark champion as well. 1,000-point scorer in his college career. Landmark Conference Rookie of the Year. 3-time landmark first team. 2-time All-Net first team All-Region. Howie, how you doing? Hopefully better than your Knicks.
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. Glad to be here. Glad to be breathing, talking with the guys. It's a fun little topics we got today. So I'm looking forward to it.
No, absolutely. So we starting off with actually it turned out to be a fake post, but it got everybody talking. It wasn't NBA Centel, but we do love NBA Centel over on this page. I think that's most definitely a credible source by my standards for sure. But post of Russell Westbrook being potentially offered 3 years, 150 million, equates out about 50 million a year. Crazy contract for an NBA player at this age, especially overseas, probably breaking all types of records. Brings up a lot of conversations, but instant reactions to that off the bat. Anybody can jump in.
I'll kind of take charge here because I was the one who sent it out to the guys. But yeah, I mean, if that were true, that would be crazy, especially at this age. What is Russ? Probably 35, 36 to go overseas. Whole new style of play for that much money for 3 years. I mean, it sounds like a no-brainer. Everyone in the comments was saying he should do it. But, it brings up a very good point because it's like, okay, that obviously closes his window for the NBA. Like, at what point does legacy become more important than money, or is money more important than legacy? So it's kind of a sticky situation that I'm sure a lot of guys tend to be in. A lot of people start ring chasing, or a lot of guys just they don't take any pay cuts. They take as much money as they could get. So it's kind of a sticky situation that I'm sure happens in all sports, not just basketball. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. 150 mil. And only thing that's kind of throwing me is 3 years. 3 years kind of throwing me off too. That's a long time. But 150 mil is life changing. Honestly, family changing, and he's going to be the guy over there. Only thing that's kind of throwing me is just the location. I don't know if I'm going 3 years to Israel. Not gonna lie to you. Obviously, it's a made up post. It's not true, but I don't know. It is like a money situation. He has some max contracts in his career. He has a Jordan brand. Like, I don't think he's going to be too greedy. I don't think he's going to really leave. Like, it's not like a Pat Bev or somebody like that going out. Like Russ is. He's had his moment. He's been the best player in the league at one point. So I don't think he really chases that. I also feel like that can low key tarnish your legacy. Like, people could look down upon it as well. So I don't really see him taking it as much as like he's still getting like these 2 million 1 year contracts in the league. I don't see him as a greedy guy, and also he has 3 young kids with a wife, and I don't see him bring them to Israel. So that makes a big difference as well. So I don't see it happening, but I don't know.
do you guys see? I'm actually kind of looking up his current contract situation now, but do you guys kind of see what the benefit could be? I know you guys are leaning kind of for him just staying over in the league, but kind of, do you think there could be an opportunity for him to kind of build a kind of more overseas brand for himself? We've seen other players kind of build a brand for themselves overseas from here. We've seen the hype around Team USA when they go over. Do you think maybe since he's kind of not necessarily fallen off over here, but he just hasn't really gotten the respect he deserves for the accolades he has at this point over here, do you think that could be an opportunity for him to get some of that back?
I think so. I mean, if you look at something that was circulating a few weeks ago, D'Lo in China had like a meet and greet in a mall.
Ni hao.
Huh?
I said ni hao.
That was nuts. That was nuts. That was diabolical.
Shanghai Sharks, yes, sir.
Anyway, that mall was packed out, OD. So, you never know. I mean, he could go over there, kill, be a great player, and grow another fan base. People over here may not be buying his Jordans, even if he's still making Jordans or whatever, but they'll buy them. They'll buy his stuff. That's even more revenue coming his way. So, that's obviously a possibility. Who knows? Like, what happens if he goes over there and he sucks? Yeah, you got that contract money coming in, but I'm not gonna. They go crazy for the sports over there. Like, is your life at risk? I don't know. It's a lot to ask yourself for yourself and your family. So, definitely sticky one.
I mean, I think the big driver here is honestly his age. I think like what year is D'Lo in? Does anybody know?
D'Lo has to be around Cat's age, no?
Yes, you're right. So Cat, what, 11 years
30?
in the league?
Yeah, 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
And Russ is on year 17. It's different. Like D'Lo still, like, I don't know, it's different. I'm not gonna lie. Year 17, at this point, I should be hanging
9
up
years
anyway.
for D'Lo.
Yeah, like 9 years. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still in the prime of his career. It's different. Like I'm saying, for Russ, year 17, year 18.
D'Lo's still in the league though.
I just finding out D'Lo's in China right now.
He's signed with
D'Lo playing in China right now?
meeting greet over there. He just signed with. He got a new shoe.
I see. I totally forgot. I honestly. Go ahead, Howie.
I mean, no. I just think Russ, that's here at the end of his career. I don't see the point in doing it unless you're just really honestly being greedy. And like I said, Israel plays a part. Now, if you're talking like Spain or something like that, something a little more nicer, maybe. But Israel,
out in a minute.
I don't know. It's too. That's what I'm saying. Like Spain is different. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like, yeah, the money sounds intriguing, but you're probably not bringing your family over there, so you're gonna be dolo.
Yeah.
They was talking about it on the 520 podcast, and then those guys are a bunch of clowns, but they were like, yeah, I don't. Even they were saying, I don't know if I can go to Israel for 150 mil, like, and just be dolo. But then you had like dudes like Behan, like, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. He said he won't call his family, but I don't know. It's difficult.
So y'all not taking the money.
I wouldn't. At Russ's, if I'm D'Lo and they offer me that, yes, I still have mad years. I don't have a family.
Mm-hmm.
But Russ literally has 3 kids that all need him right now. I'm not, and he has a Jordan brand deal. He's been 17 years in the league with multiple max contracts. I'm not doing that. I'm not that greedy of a person.
I don't know because it's tough for a guy like not D'Lo, like Russ, because he's still active. He could still play.
Right.
Like he's on the Nuggets and he's playing. But my thing with him is that he's just so wishy-washy at times. So it's like one day he's playing great. He's facilitating, scoring, but the next day, he may hit it off the top of the backboard, and it's like, if you plan on playing, like you kind of got to accept your role a little bit more. And until he's ready to accept that role and be a part and like help a team fully win, like, take a step back. then I think he may not ever get to that point where he wins a ring. You know, so it may be tough, but he still has an MVP, all the triple doubles. But you know, when we're older and the young kids are talking about some of the greatest point guards of all time, is his name popping up in those talks? You know, like is his legacy going to be alive at that point?
Yeah.
Without the ring, like look at him
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
He's a
It's
Hall
gonna
of
be alive.
Famer.
They talk about AI all the time.
Yeah, he a Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer. His
It's
name's
the
still gonna be
Basketball
alive.
Hall of Fame.
Are you trying to say AI is
No, don't start. I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you,
so
but I'm
bring
just
up AI?
Now let's do it. Let's do
all
it.
right,
Let's bring AI into it.
Charles Barkley.
Wait, what's the
Okay.
question though? What's the
He's saying
question?
Mally's saying if you don't have a ring, is his legacy tarnished?
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Because
All right,
CP3
what you saying?
doesn't have a ring. Steve Nash does have a ring. But I'm like, are they going to give him as much credit without that ring? Like,
I think they'll give him credit. I think they'll
like
give him credit.
CP3, like, is his legacy gonna? And he doesn't have an MVP. He doesn't have a ring either. Like, what happens with a guy like him?
Who?
CP3.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
people still gonna respect him without that ring, without the MVP. He doesn't have the same triple doubles as Russ. Like, what happened? Like, conversations are gonna get nasty. I'm talking about when we're old. Like, you know, people are like, oh, like we don't care about the 2020s, like the 2010s. Like, we're over that stage. Like, who knows what?
Saying we done with the 2010s.
You're saying he's gonna get his Hall of Fame credits, but after that, like how people are really gonna remember him, or people are really gonna keep his name alive.
My thing is, if you're not gonna take the money, man, like go to a team, ring chase, but play your role. Like don't try to do too much and mess with the whole dynamic. Like, you know,
he didn't do too much in Denver. He played his role.
Bro, consistent. He was inconsistent. At times he's looking like a great player. At times he's looking like a jabroni.
I give you that.
If he plays like a great player, that's them in the finals over the Thunder for sure.
Yeah.
He has high highs, but he also has low lows. Also, and that's my thing. I'm just saying,
that's true.
You know, I know it's tough. I don't play in a league, but you know, try to limit those low lows.
That's true. I can agree to that.
Also have to see if he's in the plans with this. There's going to be a new coach probably. They had a new coach, so we'll see if he's going to remain in their plans. He's not going to be there signing at this point, so let's see what happens. But moving on to some other changes, some other people looking for just some new positions to fill. The Knicks have been just tossing calls out there to teams, just begging and pleading to talk to a coach, just waiting for an answer. Just nobody's trying to. Howie, what is going on, bro?
Yo, I don't understand how you make a decision in terms of firing Tibbs. First of all, the season doesn't start till October. Why are you firing him and you don't know who you want to hire? Like, did we think about this? I don't understand. Like,
bro,
they just went and fired bro, and then now we're looking like I'm gonna make a nasty analogy, but it's like breaking up with your girlfriend, and now you DMing every single girl, and they're dubbing you.
they're dubbing you as jokes.
Like, what are we doing? And they're to make it worse, hold on, not even W. They're all in relationships.
Yeah,
flourishing, healthy one,
bro. Come on, bro. Now you got
healthy contractual relationships.
Bro, you're looking crazy, bro. You're looking crazy. So I don't know what the Knicks are doing anymore. I thought they had a list of like coaches that were actually available that they can go after and interview, not ones that we have to get permission to talk to. Like, how do you fire your coach and then do that, bro? So I don't know, bro. I'm honestly off all Knick talk for now. They're just gonna make a stupid decision. I just know. I feel it coming. It's just like in my bones or something like that. But I mean, I've been doing this for 23 years. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
it's just crazy how such a high scale organization just doesn't like.
Bro, I don't know what it is.
They suck. They suck.
Do they think
on the bush? They suck from top to bottom, from owner to ball boy. Y'all suck. Y'all suck, bro. Y'all suck and y'all stupid. Why are we
dumb? I think the only saving grace. I think what
there is
had happened.
So don't give him
real quick. What had happened, I think, is that you guys actually tried to make the Tibbs thing work, and he's like, "It's really my way or the highway." And then you guys realize, okay, we're not controlling this guy. We got to get him out of here. And you guys try to really just make it look like it was the next step to get him out of here and make the next step with a new coach, and then the Knicks name would just bring you in that new coach. Coaches would be tearing down the walls of the organizations they were in to get to New York. But I think it's really just showing what the Knicks situation looks like around the league. But go ahead, Mal.
We spoke about this a few weeks ago, and I told y'all they would not hire Mike Malone. Now they're finally talking about Mike Brown and Taylor Jenkins finally, but they're bro. A coach that was just a second seed in the West, Nika, you want to talk to him. The Timberwolves, wherever they fell, Western Conference Finals, you want to talk to their coach.
Yo, why are we doing that?
Billy Donovan sucks. Bulls coach is god awful. They're just throwing stuff and seeing what sticks. But dude, what are we waiting for here? Like, I'm not sure if it's the owner. I'm not sure who the higher ups are, who's making these decisions. But come on, bro, that was never gonna work. I'm not sure who they're gonna hire. And I just looked at the contracts and a bunch of free agents. It's like all your bench is due for free agency. All the guys that were playing a good amount of minutes besides McBride is due for a new contract. Do you guys sign these guys again? Do you look for
talking
better
about the
players?
extensions and stuff? Yeah.
If you look for better players, you guys have no leverage. You guys, I'm not sure how much bread you guys have. You guys don't have any picks. It's like I think they're in a sticky situation. I think what we saw out of them and their playoff success, we won't see for at least a few years. They're in a tough spot. They're in a tough spot.
I think they're definitely gonna have to. They're at the point where they're gonna have to take a few steps back to go forward. I think
I hope
they
not.
really just had. What do you think? What do you think the way forward would be? Do you think it's waiting out and just hoping that like Jason Kidd forces his way out of the Mavs situation?
Jason
they have
Kidd,
the number one pick.
You denied it already.
Jason Kidd probably denied us himself. The organization probably didn't do that. That's probably him. Like, hell no, I'm not going over there.
But why would they have the first pick in the draft?
Yeah,
who the hell on the Knicks say, yo, let me go after the team with the number one pick. Let me go after the number 2 seed. Let me what were they thinking, bro?
There's no
I don't know.
There's no way you can make the team like this team your own. That's why it's like it's Tom's team. Like there's no way to really just make this team like your own.
That's why him and look, after 1 year with this team, 1 year, they should have gave it another year.
That's what I thought we were gonna do.
People throughout the year, let's see what happens. But Knicks are gonna nick, bro. The Knicks will nick. That's for sure. It's a team you chose. But.
It's all right. I'm loyal. Not like some people I know.
I'm loyal.
Like in division rivals, crazy. Could never. Anywho.
I don't care what you do.
I've never been that way, but I guess it started with a player though. I think that's all right. All right.
Yeah, how we mad?
You can never get under my skin.
Right,
before we move off this, Howie, at this point, who do you want the Knicks to hire?
I personally would like. I have two
or
options.
You can if you don't. Oh, you have names. Okay, bad. Go ahead.
I have two options. My first option is Mike Malone. That's my first option. I like his system. I like the way he uses Jokic. Obviously, Cat's not Jokic, but he has a similar skill set where he'd be able to shoot, be outside the perimeter. Cat's not a horrible passer. He's a pretty solid passer as a big. And then I also relieve Jalen Brunson from doing a lot of pounding of the rock. And then defensively, the Knicks have good pieces for defensive purposes. So I don't think that would be too horrible. So that's my number one choice. In terms of guys that are not, or I guess they're all not current coaches, but my second option would be Mike Brown. I feel like he's worked well with the Sacramento Kings and getting them to an elite point. I think we have a better team than the Sacramento Kings. I think really our problem, I wouldn't even say our problem was defense. I think it was just using our pieces properly on offense so that we don't have to rely heavily on Jalen Brown, not Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson. Um, so I like those two coaches in terms of the offensive scheme. I liked what he did in Sacramento, and I definitely like what Mike Malone did in Denver. So I think definitely think that, and then some key bench pieces, and then I feel like defense would just handle himself, or we're that good talented that we're playing like the Pacers, where we're outscoring teams, and defense is I want to say secondary, but we don't have to rely on it all the time because we're that good offensively. So those are my top two picks as a coach.
I think I like the fact that those are veteran coaches. I think the Knicks are definitely gonna need that. I think you guys are gonna have to like really avoid the kind of Taylor Jenkins kind of coaches because
Yeah,
coaching in MSG in New York,
different.
they got a taste of what the Eastern Conference Finals is like now. So it's the pressure is gonna be crazy.
I
Matt, I
mean,
saw
Mike
you made a
Brown.
face. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. How?
I mean, Mike Brown did it with a sucky team with LeBron back in the day, and he went to Sacramento. Was an assistant at Golden State. He's proven
Yeah,
himself multiple times.
I like
And then
it.
obviously Mike Malone did his thing. Obviously, a generational talent in Jokic, but still, that West is disgusting, and he got out of it like twice. So
It's fair. I saw you make a face, Matt. You disagree? I know you like the Malone pick, but
I, I think they have a bigger problem than coaching, bro, because
mm,
you're how you mentioned that try to make Brunson not pick the ball as much, not dribble the ball as much, but that's the type of player he is. He wants to handle it, break you down. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I really think they screwed themselves with that McHale trade. I think they don't have really room to operate. They kind of got to stick it out with those five, Josh Hart and Mitch Robinson, but um, it's tough, man. I don't know. I think they have to do something with those pieces, and also obviously bring a coach in. But I think if they want to win, they got to do a few do a few trades for sure, or at least try to sign people and take that tax hit. But I don't know, man. It's a lot of bucks that need to be checked in New York, man. There's a lot of things that need to
gosh.
go down.
I think I'm really learning about your opinion on Jalen Brunson and the being there and kind of just his effect on the team. Do you think it's getting to the point where they should even look at maybe
no,
just using him
no,
as a piece or
no,
Perfect. I love the
no.
way that he answered this because New York fans love him. Like I understand it. Since he's been there, they've been very successful. So he's like their golden child. I get
mm,
it. You see, everything goes bad, and they point fingers at Cat. And maybe he was rightfully so. Maybe he deserved it, but Brunson doesn't get as much critique because he's their golden child. I get it. He scores the rock, but he's very heavy on the ISO. He doesn't play defense like that. I mean, you look at someone like Shea, who may dribble the hell out of the ball, but then he's a bit of a two-way player. He's going to give you some
yeah.
return.
Sure.
Um, it's tough, man. It's tough. Not to discredit him. He's a great player. He's a hell of a player. I'm sure most teams would want a Brunson, but if you don't have those defensive pieces, I like if he had more defensive guys around him that kind of made up for it. I mean, he has great defensive pieces around him, but you know where the team currently stands, bro, I don't think that him leading the way with what they have is really beneficial to them. So I don't know. He's a good player, though, don't get me wrong, but
For
that
sure.
dribbling out of the ball for majority of the shot clock is how you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. So, we'll
That's
see.
fair. Anything else on this Nick subject? How?
Nah, I'm all nicked out for a second until we make our next move. I'm just rolling with the punches,
Whew,
man.
Let's see. Let's see
man, I
where
know.
that will be and
I
what.
appreciate it though. Y'all kicking off the off season kind of early. It kind of almost got more buzz than the finals. We may or may not talk about that. We'll see. Next up, all right, more movement in the NBA again. Off season talk kicking off while the NBA finals. KD trade talks are really just taking over the NBA trade rumor mill. It seems like he wants to go to a team in Texas. So obviously Spurs and Rockets being key places to land, but there's other teams being interested. I saw even the Cavaliers were interested in getting involved in this. Do you guys think the Texas team is the spot for him? You guys have another team in mind? Do you also have a pick that you think he should go to, and you have a place that you selfishly want to see him? Let y'all take it over.
I'm not gonna lie. Hot take. KD is entering his Paul Pierce Washington Wizards era.
What? Oh my God, no!
I said what I said.
Absolutely not.
I said what I said.
What?
I said what I said.
You want to
What
explain
makes
that
you
at all or
believe
no?
that?
All
wanna
right,
explain?
let's hold on. Let me explain a little bit. Let me explain a little bit. It's getting to the point where clearly he cannot carry a team by himself anymore. Right? That's number one. Can we all agree to that? Can we agree to
I
that?
could agree to that. Yes, I can agree
Alright.
to that, but
The second
I think
part
that's
of that,
that's different.
I'm not
Go ahead,
saying
go ahead.
okay. Let me.
Hey,
I don't mean in terms of how. I don't mean in terms of play. Obviously, KD's much better than Paul
go ahead,
Pierce
go
at
ahead,
that
Ali,
time.
go ahead. Keep flowing. I'm sorry.
But
I'm interrupting.
but
Go ahead.
I'll let
mean,
you walk through the whole thing.
in terms of like team chasing and changing every 2 years and trying to get this last little ring, I don't like it. I personally don't like it. I don't know if I'm old school or something, but especially if you're a superstar, I think you thug it out where you're at and you kill. I mean, I feel like the Suns is very much talented to be in the playoffs with between him and Devin Booker. They should be able to do it, but it's not there no more. So now KD needs to go where he's definitely the second option, maybe even the third in some cases. I think that's where we're at in his career, and it's hard to pill to swallow, but that's why I said the Paul Pierce thing because it was
Let
John
me
Wall,
ask,
Brad Bill, Paul Pierce.
on what team in this league can KD be the third option?
Yeah, that's what
All
I
right,
was.
so it's not like third option in terms of like he's gonna score. He's gonna score like 20 points a game. When I say third option, I mean like he doesn't have to take over. In Phoenix, in order for him to win, he had to take over. Devin Booker wasn't doing it.
Dude.
He still has good
You
games.
said Paul Pierce Wizards.
Yo,
Bro,
how?
somebody
You
when
got
we
that
when we
off?
clip this and post this, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I see what I see what he's
Listen, we
saying."
let him get that off?
No. I thought you were supposed to talk.
No, yo, the Suns have D Book, KD, Bradley Beal. Name somebody else on that team, please.
Grayson Allen.
Oh my God! Wow, that team sucks. That team is garbage.
That is their other go-to player too, which is a shame. That really is their other player.
And Bradley Beal, while I have the opportunity to say this, Bradley Beal, you suck. You sucked for the past a lot of years.
Goodness.
You're garbage. Him and Paul George are in the same boat of garbage. In New York
Whoa.
with Brooklyn, before that's Steve.
Cool.
Paul George, both garbage. They suck.
I gotta hold all the Paul George slander for a year, for one more year.
Garbage.
He's cooked.
But before this Phoenix run, bro, if it wasn't for that COVID, Kyrie, they played like 20-something games together, bro. That's not his fault. And again, it came down to a little inch of a three-pointer for him to move on. You feel me?
Right, but that's also 4 years ago.
Bro, KD goes crazy now. What do you mean?
26-50 from the field is like
I
Just-
didn't mean in terms of play. Obviously, KD is very talented, can do his thing. I just don't like I don't like him.
Bro, you said Paul Pierce Wizards, bro.
Paul
I
Pierce
forgot he was even on the Wizards. That's how garbage that run was.
Hey, he called
They
back
told
though.
him
He
you're not
called
getting
game.
no farewell tour, bro.
Bro, KD is 2 years away from a farewell tour.
that's.
If
I
it's not
mean,
for yo,
but it's gonna look a lot
Yeah.
like he's in a different. The ending of KD's career is a little different. Like
It is different. KD's still in shape. KD still will go get 30 when he needs to.
as
That's
long
why I
as
said
Kevin
it doesn't
Durant
have
can
nothing to
stay
do with
healthy,
play.
As long as Kevin Durant could stay healthy, bro, he is at least top 15 player in this league. No. 26, 6 and 4 on 52%
literally
shooting is
50
not
from the
top
field.
15. You said Paul Pierce Wizards, bro.
Paul
Yo,
Pierce,
how many times I have to tell
Paul
you?
Pierce
Not in terms of the
averaged
play.
11 points.
Not in
on
terms of the
26
play.
minutes.
It's just like
what, Howard? You
in
just
Like
terms
said
of
the narrative.
feeling. Like it just feels like
The narrative.
He's ring
like,
chasing.
Yes, Dean. Thank you. That's the perfect. The narrative. Yes. I don't like
and
it.
you feel like
with John Wall and Bradley Beal. That team was garbage from the beginning. That team was garbage.
That's like the equivalent of him being on Phoenix.
That's not his fault.
At least they made the playoffs.
That's not his fault, bro. They brought in Bradley Beal on $50 million a year, no trade clause. He had no say in that.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say like Kevin Durant's at the point where he's switching situations without like ring chase. I mean, like he's ring like shit, but like I don't know, Rockets, Spurs, like he's obviously gonna go there and like do his part. It's nowhere near to how he.
He's definitely gonna go there and average 25 plus for sure.
Yeah.
That's valid.
That's why I just don't. I don't get the narrative.
I don't know. The narrative makes sense in my. I just don't like. I don't like it. He's getting to the end of his career. That's like. All right, obviously Bron's different, but like imagine Bron every 2 years since he left the Lakers, like changing the team and asking.
Okay, so you have a problem with Harden then. Look at Harden.
I do have a problem with Harden as well. Yeah, I do.
So you have a problem with Russ as well, though, no?
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Same thing with him too. He's definitely chasing as well.
You have a problem with guys just leaving teams after a few years trying to get
like when Melo did it too. I saw the decline. I was like, yeah. Went to OKC. Then it was Portland.
Melo is more of a Paul Pierce situation for sure.
Yeah.
That's much more fitting.
In terms of the narrative, yes.
You don't like the ring chasing. You don't like the ring chasing.
I don't like the end of the career ring chasing because it doesn't feel like you got it.
I don't know. At the end of the day, the teams have to want him too.
Like when Gary Payton was on that 03 Lakers team. Ew.
But bro, it's different because these guys contributing to the winning. He's not just putting up 10, 15 points, 26 points. He is helping them get the ring. He's not a small part. He's a big part.
And the pressure will be on him. The pressure will be on him as well if he goes to the Rockets or the Spurs.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, will they win? So we're speaking of hypotheticals now, because if they don't win, then it's like, all right. Now, if they win and he does that, and he's Finals MVP, KD, you the man. Simple as that. But the last time I think the last time we're going to see him as Finals MVP in that moment where he's averaged 25 plus was Golden State Warriors.
What's the difference between ring chasing and bringing a bunch of people in? What's the difference between those two?
It's a good question. I think in terms of the difference is that like you're trying to be homegrown in it. Like if he went to Phoenix and said, all right, I'm going to build this the rest of my career, like what LeBron's trying to do in LA. Like he went to LA, it was like, all right, I'm going to try to build this the rest of my career. I'm going to rock out. And we're going to build around either me or AD, or the case may be, and rock out instead of like every year you're changing. KD is leaving teams to go to a better team.
I think KD wanted to be in the Suns, but Beal isn't pulling his part, and Devin Booker's throwing temper tantrums. So like,
who was before the Suns? Who was before the Suns? It was Brooklyn. And who was before Brooklyn? Okay, Warriors. Okay, so Warriors, left Warriors. Okay,
he didn't want to get traded from Phoenix. They added him in the trade deadline. They were adding him in talks. He had no idea about it. That's what he says. That's his word.
If that's the case, then I'm wrong, and that's fair. But if he's pushing for it and he wants to be traded here, and like if the next 2-3 years KD's on two different teams, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Back to the original.
I think that's fair. I think okay. If that's where you're bringing the Paul Pierceness into this, like this next team won't be his last team. I can see some kind of concern depending on how it is, because like things happen. I think that's I don't know. That's a minimal. I think that's a minimal aspect to compare those two like situations.
That's the first person I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. First person that came to my head, I'm not gonna lie. It was quick. Hey, clip that up. We're going viral. Simple as that.
All right. So we got where do you guys want to see him?
The Spurs, 100%. Spurs, 100%.
I don't know where I want to see him.
Spurs or Mavs? I hate the Houston Rockets. Jalen Green, you're also garbage.
Oh no, Jalen Green, you're horrible.
Garbage.
Horrible.
Garbage.
I feel bad though a little bit.
Feel bad for what? Because look, and the reason you can't, you know why I can't let him off. You know why I can't let him off, Steen? You know why I can't let him off?
Why?
Because the number one pick in his class, his rival, is killing and had a year off due injury. I don't want to hear nothing else. And
I do
the
get
Rockets have a better all around team, if we're being honest.
I get it.
Cade
No, I
Lapp-
get it.
Really Hut Junior.
I just feel bad.
Really
For some
suck.
reason, I feel bad. But
You're a nice guy. I don't. He
I
sucks.
know. I feel you.
Garbage.
Who else? Who else would they even have on there? I guess Fred. That's a weird team for KD.
Maybe Fred,
I can't lie. I don't like that.
Sengun,
I hate that.
They're definitely not getting rid of the
I like
Thompson.
Sengun a lot though.
Amon, not even Amon. Is it Amon or Asar?
It's Amon. Amon on Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, he could help try to shift Amon into the next AD with defense, but Steven Adams is up.
Sengun with the Katie mentality is crazy. That's all star.
That'll be wild. That'll be generation.
That's facts.
The Spurs, I think him and Wemby, bro, I'll be with
He'll get Wemby right.
So
and
that's such a fun team.
They don't have to give up much. They could keep.
They do have another pick.
Jeremy Sohan. They could keep Vassell. They could keep.
Yeah, you can honestly make Phoenix rebuild with a brand new top pick. Yeah.
Yeah, you could give up the 2nd and 14th pick for those. Phoenix, a little something in return.
They may be even to make it happen with the second one, like not the number 2, but with the second one they have in the first round.
They could. Ooh, that would be sexy.
Suns are in that Knicks cap situation. I mean to say it. All right, NBA Finals. All right, I think, dude, I don't even know if we want to talk about. You guys want to talk about this? I feel like I've tried to get in the last one. Y'all weren't having it.
Do something not only because the game 4 is tomorrow, and I feel like we haven't said much about it, but you don't have to go in crazy. I mean,
it's been good games. It's so weird because I think I came into it trying to fight it like, man, it's like it doesn't matter if it's small markets, it's good basketball. I think it's getting to me a little bit.
That jump makes
I think it's getting to me. Yeah.
I forgot that the finals were on. Like, I'm not beasting to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, even though Nick's not in it, like, I don't care. Like, because even like the Warriors in Boston when I was watching that one, like I think I watched Denver, Miami more than this one.
Oh damn, yeah, thanks. I remember them. I remember the games like day of, and like I'm excited to watch the games. Like when I'm watching them, they're cool. But like, yeah, just like the narrative around them is just like I don't know what it is. I tried to fight it, but I feel like I fell into the casual hole.
I don't know. It's tough because you mentioned the Denver Miami series, and I don't know. I'm not sure if it's because the days of games fall on or whatever it may be. But even myself, bro, I mean, there's been times where I kind of just got it off on the side. I'm playing a game. I'm like that. Afterwards, I'm looking at all the stats and all that. Like if it's, I'm more tuned in for the last couple minutes, like the fourth quarter, than I am for the first 3 because, you know, I know how it's gonna go. It's either gonna be a blowout or maybe it's gonna go and do something tough at the end. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. It's like I guess these teams are so good when you get like just any good sports, 2 sports teams like this ends up being like a heavyweight fight. It's like whoever lands the first punch, it's like that team is just too good to kind of come back from. But
yeah,
there's some parity in this last one, and hopefully they'll keep it up. Well, that was a great finals review. Good job, guys. I really appreciate it.
Strong, for sure. Can we talk about the NBA and not putting that? They put on a corny little finals trophy on the mid-court.
You saw that, right?
That was garbage. Like,
oh yeah, I remember them talking about they used to do it on the whole court, but for player safety, they took it out, right?
They tried making up like a graphic one that you could only see on TV, and like it just looked awful. Like, just throw the finals on the court. Do something, bro. Show some effort, but
it's part of it. It's in college football they call it pageantry. That would have been embarrassing if I forgot the word then. Yeah, pageantry. It's like all the aspects around it, like the people run out. Like that's what makes the finals the finals. Like if not,
it's
theme music, all of it.
Exactly, bro. But nope. A lot of people are hating on outside of the game itself. They're hating on the announcers, the presentation, the uniforms. And there's a lot going into it.
I can't lie. There's a few points where I'm like, I don't think these announcers are doing a great job, but I don't know. I wasn't paying too enough attention to do that, but I was just like, it just seemed like they just weren't really. There's no cohesion. They're kind of just talking over.
Everybody
I don't
keeps
know. It's weird.
and they want to bring back Mark Jackson.
There was one with Mike Breen or whatever his name is. After the Halley game winner, he didn't say bang, like, it's traditional things.
Oh.
Game 2, the first 3 Halley hits of the game, he goes, bang! I owed him that for the last game. Like, you do? Like, what are you doing? You need to retire.
He's good. Maybe it's the Dorsberg Richard Jefferson combo that's off. I think Mike Green always does it.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson and Doris.
Where did that come from? Did they do it last year or no? Who was the?
I don't even remember who played last year. I don't know. They need to figure that out, sure. But I guess it's on ABC, ESPN, so they really can't.
Yeah, last year it was Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. That's a good crew.
Jeff Van Gundy be wilding too. That's why it's so funny. He's so.
Oh, Mark Jackson be getting his.
Oh no, he get his 2 cents in. He be wilding too. They both be wilding.
I almost messed up the pod. All right. All right. I feel like we got a few throw my heads in there. Did you guys have anything more explicit to share than?
Yeah, I got one. It's not basketball related. I don't know if you can upload the picture now. If I send it to you, would you be able to?
Yeah. Go ahead. You're just gonna have to talk for a little bit over me.
All right. Yeah. No. So I'm sending a picture now. But I was watching something. I was seeing a lot of clips online. I really want to get Mally's reaction on this, so I'm not going to say too much until it pops up. But I was watching some clips online, and it was kind of circulating. Just know this is not basketball related. This is more on the media side of things or whatever. So there's a big event that happened this past weekend in our community, BET Awards, the Black Entertainment Television Awards, and I just saw some outlandish things. And the thing that kind of threw me off was from a brother that in the rap game named Playboy Cardi. I think that's what the youngins call him.
What's his name?
So there was he made a $50,000 purchase.
Oh my God! Yo,
do you have the picture, Justin?
Boom! Yeah. That joint has no flavor, no sabor, no nada. This guy got it in his mouth.
Bro paid $50,000 to suck on diamonds. Pardon the left. But hey, yo, what are we on? Willingly, the amount of memes I've been seeing and people reacting to this is the funniest thing in the world. But I'm just you know what you could do with $50,000?
It costs $50K.
$50K for iced.
I scrolled right past this earlier. Honestly, I didn't even realize the details.
Bro, no flavor, no taste. It's not the size is not changing. Just saliva on diamonds. What are we doing? What are we doing? So that's my Toma Head Award. You could do 50,000.
Bring it back, host. Bring it back. Get it out his hands.
Oh,
No. Get Howie off this, please.
It is crazy. Wait, because he's not wearing a glove here, so that means other people are handling the lollipop before you see, because this is a different hand. Right here.
That's the jeweler that made it.
Son.
Yeah, so does it go in a case? Does he?
I don't know, bro. He didn't have it around a chain or nothing.
Is there
just
a lolly
loose.
handler?
It was loose. It was just loose. No, not on a chain or nothing. It was on a chain.
Before I get mad at it, I'm gonna ask all the questions. It's crazy, but
this is the generation, bro. Somebody called him tough.
Hey.
But yeah, that's my Toma Head Award for this week. I had to change it up. That pissed me off.
No, that's wow. What was? Because you have to write like some of this has to be in writing. Like you don't just make a call and say like we need. You have to type out the specs, the sizing, the
Bro said,
spherical
I want a diamond
details.
out lollipop that is edible. What, bro?
No, it's not edible.
I don't think it can be.
It
If
can't
it's
be.
if it's 50K, no shot. It's because. And then I guess you can get the diamonds back though. This is recyclable.
Yo, stop, bro. Can we get off this topic, please?
It's just no, but all right. All right. Good award besides Playboy Carter recycling diamonds. Go ahead, y'all. What you got?
I got mine. I'm gonna give it up to the Pacers bench. Pacers bench yesterday had 49 points to the Thunder's 18.
Golly.
Ben Matherin, by the way, had 27 points in 22
Tough.
minutes. Most points off the bench is Jason Terry's ball-headed, you know what, in 2011. And actually, I found a crazy stat that was too juicy to not share with the squad. Ben Matherin, this series is scoring when Lou Dort is guarding him 100% from the field, J-Dub 100% from the field, Caruso 80% from the field, and he is averaging 15.3 points on 71% true shooting in 20 minutes. Those are three all defensive guys that are getting cooked by a bench player. I'm not sure what it is. In the regular season, he kind of has the number as well. I'm not sure if they just can't guard him, if he's just too aggressive or what. But
okay, I have a theory now. I have a theory, and this can get nasty.
Oh, TJ McConnell also had 5 assists and 5 steals, which was
let me know. Let me know if I'm reaching. But if the Pacers do go on to win this series and Benedict continues to play like this, or even better, is he going to get the Finals MVP? Because only because Tyrese hasn't, like, last game was his best game so far. Between game 1 and 2, he didn't do too much. Pascal also didn't show up, so it's like between those two, the front runners, you're not sure. But if Matthew continues to show up,
I mean, does this Finals mean anything if SGA or if SGA, Jalen Williams, or Tyrese Halliburton don't win the Finals MVP? Does this Finals mean anything?
You can give it to Pascal.
I guess Pascal.
Honestly, bro, I think they're gonna go the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown route. For whatever reason, I just think they're gonna hit Hallie with some disrespect a little bit. I honestly been thinking it for a while, but I mean, after they didn't give him the last one, it came down to 5-4 votes. Like, you know, he led the team every category besides points, blocks included, steals included, rebounds included. How do you not give it to him? But I wouldn't be surprised if Pascal starts kicking. Hallie doesn't score as many points, and they give it to Pascal. You know, it'll be something along those lines, because I'm pretty sure y'all could agree that Jason Tatum should have won it last year. But
for sure,
I don't think that, you know, just something. Why I don't know, but I just don't see that happening.
No, that's an interesting point, because I was more so leaning like just because the Finals wasn't getting the buzz, like they would just give it to the biggest star just to like kind of ensure that people just talk about it somehow. But yeah, y'all bringing up some good points about that.
I think they're cooked regardless. If Indiana wins, it's like, what was the? I mean, and their run has been incredible. I mean, a lot of people have been comparing it to the Mavs run, and some people have been saying it's more
impressive.
It's more impressive than the Mavs run. Also, thank you for the Howard. But I'm like, you know, what was the last small market like Indiana to win a chip?
I don't know.
Bucks, Denver,
those are both Bucks, yeah.
And led by Giannis, a top 5 player in the league, you know, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I don't have a top 10 player in that team. It's kind of nasty. That's kind of wild.
Hallie's like on the verge, but
on the verge, yeah, he's like, yeah.
Whatever happens, I mean, if they do win, it's like just give it to Pascal, Hallie, or Ben, Obi Toppin, who will give it to anybody. But you know what they should do? They should give it to Hallie, even Pascal, because he's severely underrated. But you know, bring some eyes to Indianapolis for next year. But you know, again, it's still Indianapolis, Indiana. Who the hell's gonna go out there to watch them play? But We'll see.
For sure.
I don't know.
We shall see. All right, y'all. I think we ran through the topics. Anything else to get off our hearts and minds?
Got nothing else.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's another episode. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the first time I'm saying this on this channel. I gotta say that at the top of the episode.
Well,
I
you've
used to
been
say
saying
that.
It's
I know. My fault, but appreciate y'all for being here. See y'all next time. Peace.